Hello everyone, Michael here. Today I'm going to give you guys a brief overview on how to trade options using ThinkorSwim by TD Ameritrade. We're just going to get right into it, guys. So for example, let's say you guys are looking at AMC and you guys are saying, wow, it's breaking out today. Today's the 24th, AMC's breaking out and everything looks really good. I want to buy some options on this to make some money, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to move over here from the charts tab over here to the trade tab. And you're going to see a whole bunch of options right here. It may look something more like this right here, right? So if you go down here and you're going to click on the top one, you're going to see all of these expiration dates right here. They're going to be weeklies and non-weeklies. You can trade whichever one you want. There's not too big of a, it's not too big of a deal to go on something that's not a weekly, okay? Now, you're going to see a whole bunch of information here. We're going to get to that in a few seconds. You guys are going to see that you only have 10 options that you guys can look at the moment, though. And the way I like to do it is I like to look at all the data in front of me, and I like to make my own judgments about what I want to see. So you may actually have as a default 10 or 8 strike prices. I actually prefer to go to all, and you're going to see all this information just for the all of the options that expire on the 27th of August this week, right? On the left side, you're going to see calls, right? If you think it's going to go up, you're going to buy calls. If you think it's going to go down, on the right hand side, you're going to see puts, right? You're going to see the last price, you're going to see the net change, you're going to see the percentage change for the day, and then you're going to see the bid and the ask price, right? Now, if you wanted to change any of this information, all you would have to do is go up to here and you would click on last X, net change, and percentage change, and you could actually customize this, or you can choose one of the presets right here. If you want to customize it, go right here, choose whatever you want to see. You can add as many things as you want to. You can always slide this from left to right, right? And then once you do that, you're going to hit OK, and it's going to update this. So for example, let's just say we want to do a customize. This is a paper trading account just to kind of teach you guys what's going on. But what I can do is I can do something like open interest. I can add that item right here. Then I can move it up or left, right, whatever I want to do. If I want to have it closer to the left than to the right, right? Sometimes people just want it to look pretty nice. You can hit OK. And you see how it just opened up that right here. Open interest on this side and open interest on this side right here, okay? I want that to be clear. It does it for both sides. And then what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and you're going to see that there's actually a black side to this and a more of a blue colored side, right? Now, if it has blue over it or this grayish color, whatever you guys want to call it, that's going to be in the money. That means the stock is in the money, and if this expires in the money, let's say tomorrow, this Friday, well, that means that you can sell these, or you can exercise these options and get a whole bunch of stocks for them, or just sell them and take your profit, right? If your option is in the black area right here on the Friday when the market closes, that means it's going to expire worthless. That means you're going to lose all of your investment, and that means you basically lost all of your money, right? And that's what makes options a little bit more risky. But if you can see these AMC call, AMC up, these options are up over like 1,000% in some cases, right? So it's definitely worth it to learn how to trade options. You may see this POS right here. This is just saying I have a position here, which means I bought this on a paper trading account. This is not my real account. I bought this a few days ago just because I had a hunch AMC was going to go up, because I was waiting to see if it might have a breakout. And then you can see it's gone up, and I've made some profit from it so far. But that POS just indicates that you have a position, which means I own calls that expire on the 27th of August of the year 2021 with a strike price of $40, right? And currently it's about a little over $43. You can see the price right here, $43.32. Now, if we keep scrolling down, you're going to see, this is the highest strike price that's available at this moment. Sometimes these change if the price goes wild all of a sudden. Maybe next week they may have this up to maybe $200, $300 if AMC were to go above $80 within this week. Now, you can see I can close this right here, and I can just add another one. And there's going to be a whole bunch of options for each one of these tabs right here. Now, you're going to realize something here, though. If I go to the 27th, that's this Friday that it expires, you're going to see that the $80 expiration calls, they're worth 75 cents right now, 75 cents. Well, if I go to next week, they're not going to be 75 cents, they're actually going to be a little bit higher, $1.35 at the moment. And if we go to September 17th, you're going to realize they're now from $1.73, or excuse me, $1.50, $1.30, all the way up to $1.52. So the price goes up the longer you buy them out for expiration date. So, the calls are going to be more expensive from September 24th, more expensive again on the 1st, more and more expensive the further you get out. Because you're having more and more time for that price to really, for the stock to meet that price, right? The closer you get down to the expiration date, you're going to realize that it becomes less and less valuable because chances are there's less chance of that stock actually hitting this mark, right? Now, AMC may be a little bit different because it's a meme stock and it gets pumped up really fast and really hard. But if you're thinking about something like an Apple or a Microsoft or an Amazon, they don't usually move too fast. And so the likelihood of this breaking out here is not going to be too high. So of course the price is going to go down because the likelihood of it actually closing underneath this price, or above this price, excuse me, is going to be drastically lower. Now, if you guys wanted to open up a position, let's say I wanted to open up a position for the 17th of September. What I would do is I would click this, I would open it up. Using technical analysis, I would find the price that I want to buy into the most. I would say, hey, maybe this $50 strike price looks okay. I would click on buy, not sell. I would click on buy right here on the ask. It's going to pull up this tab for you. Now, it's going to look a little bit different because this is a simulation. It's not a real trade, right? I can't be buying real AMC at this point in time. I could be taking a little bit of a dip, right? But you're going to see that it says it's a single spread. You can change this if you wanted to by going up here. I'll talk about that in a second. You're going to hit buy or sell. I want to do buy. This number right here is how many calls you want to buy, right? You can do a 1, you can do 100, you can do as many numbers as you want, right? Let's say I want 100 calls, right? But in reality, I'm just going to do 50. You can choose your expiration date if you wanted to change it, but you're going to know because you would have opened up the tab, right? You can do the strike if you wanted to change your strike price at the last second. You can do that. You can do a call or a put if you want to change it over. And you don't have to worry about link right now. And then you want to do the price. If you want to do a limit order, you can set the price for a little bit lower, maybe a little bit higher, whatever it may be. I'll do a little bit higher because I want this price to actually execute, just so I can show you guys how the trade happens. You can do a limit order, a market order, a stop limit, a trail stop limit. There's a whole bunch of orders. I'll make a tutorial on how to use these orders specifically in the future. But right now, I'd recommend just sticking with a limit order because that way you don't overpay for these options prices. You're going to hit day. Most of the time it's day. If you do the GTC, that is good till canceled. That means this trade will be on until it's actually canceled, which I don't really recommend because how fast some of these options fall up and down. You know, if you leave it on good to close, you may end up losing a whole bunch of money. And you might forget that you actually had that trade ready to go in the first place. And then for an exchange, you can choose whatever exchange you like. I just choose best because the best will give you the cheapest price, basically, right? And it's not going to harm you in any way if you go from, if you choose the best one or CBOE or whatever. The only thing is if you only stuck to this exchange, that means if this exchange is a little bit more expensive than all the other exchanges, then you might not get the best price and you might not be able to have your trade actually execute in that time frame. Now, once you verify that everything is correct, again, once you verify, you always have to verify that everything's correct. You're going to hit confirm and send. It's going to give you one more chance to see everything again. It's going to say, hey, break even stock prices. If it goes up to this price, I'll make some good money. Max profit is infinite. Max loss is $33,000. You're going to see that those 50 calls that I'm buying are actually, it's going to cost me $33,000 to buy those calls. The resulting buying power for stock is going to be down 16,000. Resulting buying power for option is going to be down 8,000, right? And you're going to see there actually is a cost to trade, including commissions. TD Ameritrader will take $32 out of this price right here. They're going to charge me $32 to make this trade, okay? Now, once I think everything is fine, I'm going to hit send. All right? And you say rejected, your buying power will be below zero, and that's because I'm using a paper trading account, and I really just don't have a lot of money in here because I just play around with it, right? But you can see I already have some AMC calls in here, and this is what it would look like as soon as you buy it. You see quantity, days left until expiration, your trade price, what did you buy it at? What is it at currently is the market change is actually what we're going to see right here. This is how much it's gone up. So it's gone up $5.16, 26 cents now since the time I bought it. Then you're going to see the percentage change. You'll see it right up here. If I were to buy multiple calls, it would have multiple percentage changes. And you're going to see how much profit I've made today, or excuse me, since I opened this position a few days ago, and how much profit I've made today right here. So overall, you can tell I was down overall until I opened this position, until today when it kind of boomed up, right? And you're going to see buying power effect. It's not really anything right here because I'm not using margin at the moment, right? And you can see right here, CTRM. This is one of the ones I was YOLOing a while ago. I had this on my real account and my paper trading account, although my paper trading account, I think it's a different price actually. But you can see I haven't lost any money so far on it today. It doesn't expire till the 15th of October, and this is a 100% a YOLO play, so do not follow this play whatsoever, guys. All right, but we're gonna go back to trade here. You're gonna see all this information. You guys know how to execute a trade now. You guys know how to change last, net change, open interest, bid, ask, all that type of stuff. Now this gets a little bit more complicated, so I'll spend a little bit more time on another video doing this, but you're gonna see this spread single right here. If you guys don't want to buy single calls, you can do a whole bunch of different types of strategies when it comes to options. Maybe some of you guys want to do covered stocks. It looks a little bit different, right? A little bit different. You can see the prices are a lot more expensive, right? And you can see the profits are not nearly as much as they were on AMC, right? Now, you may do the iron corridor. You can see how some things are doing well, some are not doing well, right? And that's why I personally like just sticking to single. It's just what I prefer. You get all these juicy profits, and life just seems to be a little bit happier in that circumstance, right? Now, you can also filter some of these things off if you want to. I tend not to filter because I like to see all that information, but you can, if you want to get rid of quarterlies or weeklies, you can do that as well, right? And you're going to see that some of these tabs actually changed right here, right? So I have less options for how many trades I want to do, but I like to see everything. So what I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to go back to uncheck all, and I'm just going to click out. There we go. And now everything's back to normal. Now, one of the last things I will show you guys is if you go all the way down here, most of the time you have a couple tabs open, so you have to scroll down a little bit here. But if you go all the way down, you're going to see this today's option statistics, and it's going to tell you how many calls were bought and how many puts were bought for this specific stock. For now, we're looking at AMC, but all these numbers will change if I went to GameStop, right? Let me close this right here, go down, and you're going to see all this information. There's a whole bunch of calls being bought today and not many puts being bought today, right? This includes day trades, swing trades, and long trades. So keep that in mind as you're making your positions. You're going to see the deltas. You usually want a delta above 40. Well, I would say actually above 50, honestly, because that means for every dollar that your stock goes up, you're going to be making $50 on the options contract, multiplied by 100 because you're buying 100 options when you buy one call, right? So don't forget that. And then if you go down a little bit more, it's actually going to show you guys every single trade that's going on every second, right? You're going to see all the small ones, some of the larger ones at 4, 10. There are people that are going to be buying hundreds of calls at once, right? So it's up to you guys to read this as much as you want to. You can change some of the settings right here by going to number of trades, like 10. So there you go. Today's biggest, you can see the top 10 biggest trades. A whole bunch of people bought puts today. And I'm guessing they rode GameStop on the way down, and they probably sold some of their positions. This guy bought a whole bunch, sold some, and some of these guys bought a whole bunch of calls today as well. So they haven't sold them yet. They're probably looking to sell them over the next few days if AMC continues to pump up, or excuse me, GameStop continues to pump up here. All right, but there's a lot of information here. I'm actually going to reset this right here, number of trades. Let's go with 2. There we go. You just have the highest put and the highest call right there. And you can go down and you can scroll down all this information. I mean, there really is a treasure trove of information here, and it goes down further and further and further. It gives you the time at which it was bought, whether it was a call or a put, the strike price, and the day of expiration, how many they bought, what was the what was the price that they bought it at, the exchange. You can see best right here is what most people choose, the market price, all this information here. It's all for you guys. And I hope that gives you guys the basics of what you guys need to know in order to execute a trade on TD Ameritrade. It's not too complicated. It's just hard to be, to make sure that you're not getting overwhelmed with data, right? And the very last thing here is just product depth. I don't use this at all. It does have a little bit of information here, but I usually just don't look at it, especially when it comes to meme stocks and whatnot. I'd say you don't really have to look at this product depth page right here. But that's a basic tutorial on how to trade options, on ThinkorSwim. It's pretty simple. It's easy. I would say, it's pretty easy to understand once you get rolling on it and you try it out for maybe about 2 weeks, and you should get the hang of it. The one thing that's a little bit more complicated here is actually charting, because there is so much stuff you have to do here. There's so much stuff you can do. Drawing, style, studies. There's a whole bunch of studies right here, right? So that does take a little bit more time. But I will make a video on studies and how to actually set up all of your charting information, how to set up TD Ameritrade as a whole. I will have a video for you guys next week, okay? So everybody have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope this tutorial helped you out just a little bit. And I am working on becoming more concise about how I talk. So enjoy your day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys again.